Are you someone who has an upcoming event or even an upcoming masterclass and you don't know how to design a ticket, or in fact you don't know how to sell it? Well, guess what? You just came across one of the best YouTube tutorials concerning this situation, because in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how to use Selar to start selling tickets or masterclass tickets for whatever event at all. So yeah, without wasting much more time, let's get right into the video. So the very first thing you want to do is to design a flyer for this event. Okay, now the two major ways you can go about it. Either you use Canva, which I already created a tutorial, I'm going to be dropping it in the description below, or you can simply use chatgpt to make the process faster. But for the sake of this video, we would be using the chatgpt method so as to be able to create our flyer very fast. All right, so now you want to simply head to your notepad, okay, and then type in this prompt there. Now, depending on what exactly your ticket is going to be for, if it's going to be for a movie, normal masterclass, all you have to do is to simply adjust the parameters over here. So for example, I have generate me a nice flyer image for Kid Kes movie premiere show. So basically I want to host a movie premiere here in my apartment. So that's the major reason why I want to sell my tickets via Selar. In case you have a masterclass, more like an event where you want to teach people things, all you simply have to do is to just adjust it here and change the prompt here and say it's going to be for your masterclass. And then feel free to add the location. If it's going to be a physical event, you want to add the location. If it's going to be virtual, you also want to add that it's going to be virtual on Zoom or Google Meet, whatever it might be. All you simply have to do is to make adjustment to this prompt. And do not forget that, like I said from the start of this video, what we're trying to do here is to generate a flyer. So it's this flyer we're going to be using to convince people to actually order the ticket for our event. Now, once you've actually gotten your prompt, you simply want to come back here to chat.openai.com and paste the prompt over here. Now, as you guys can see, I've pasted it. All you have to do after pasting is to click on enter. Now, chat is actually going to generate the flyer for us, and all we simply have to do is to just wait for a few minutes. Okay, now in case you want to design it by yourself manually, all you simply have to do is to head to Canva. This is Canva over here. I'm going to type in Canva. All right, so once you type in Canva, then you simply want to search for a flyer template. Okay, so search template, you want to type flyer and then enter. Okay, so once you type flyer and enter, it's going to bring out several type of templates for you to select from, and then all you simply have to do is to look for a template that suits what you have in mind, or suits, if it's going to be a masterclass, you want to look for something that is close, and if it's going to be a movie just like me, you also want to select whatever suits what you want to do. Okay, and in fact, if you're someone that likes adding your image, or you want to add your image to your flyer, feel free to select any template. Okay, so once you select a template, for example, you simply want to come here at the bottom where you have uploads. That's the first thing you want to do. Come here to uploads and then upload files. Then now you can select your own image in your gallery. So already I have mine here. Okay, so all you have to do after uploading is to click on that image, and now you can add it to your flyer design. And like I said, in case you want to learn how to design a flyer using Canva, I'm going to drop it in the description, and also I'm going to drop it at the end of this particular video you're watching right now. Now let's head back to ChatGPT. Now once we come here to chat should have generated the image by now. Let me just refresh the page. And as you guys can see, chat has actually generated the flyer for us. So all you simply have to do next is to click on the flyer over here, come to the bottom icon where you have this download button, and download the flyer to your mobile device. Okay, now in case you're someone that likes using your own image and you want chat to actually add your image for you, all you simply have to do is to upload your image. Okay, this is the plus icon here. You click on this plus icon, you click on add photos and pictures. Okay, so once you add your photo, just tell chat in the prompt that also add my photo to this flyer. So chat is going to incorporate your image to the flyer itself. Okay, now once you finally done with your flyer, the next thing you want to do is to head directly to Selar. Okay, so you want to head directly to selar.com, sign in, and then go to the area where you have add product. Okay, so this is it here, add product. So once you click on add product, you would be asked to select the type of product you want to add. Okay, so now we're basically trying to sell a ticket, a masterclass. So this is it over here, which is basically the second one. Sell ticket for events, webinars, masterclasses, and so on. Okay, so now what you want to do is to click on next over here. Now, once you click on next, the very first thing you need to do is to add the product image. This is where we're going to be adding our flyer. Okay, so click on drag and drop your photos. Okay, so photo library. Great, and this is it over here. Okay, so you want to add it. Now, once you finally add it, the next simple thing you want to do is to name your product. If it's a masterclass, you can write the name and then the masterclass. If it's a movie premiere, just like mine is basically KitKat movie premiere. Okay, so I want to do a premiere for a movie. I just did. Okay, and now the next thing here is the description. So this is where you want to write out the description of this particular ticket or masterclass. If you're someone that don't know how to compose a nice convincing description, feel free to head to chatgpt. Okay, just head to chat and tell chat to write you a very good description, and I've actually done that already. You can see, write me a nice event/movie description. And chat has a retentive memory, so it's going to continue from what you actually ask it. It understands that, oh, it's basically for this particular flyer I just created. Okay, so now as you guys can see, I asked chat to write the description and it has given me something so good. Now all you simply have to do is to copy it, and then once you copy it, just go back to Selar, and once you're here in Selar, feel free to paste it. Now, once you paste that, it all depends on what you want. You want to read through. If chat actually added something that is not true, feel free to remove it. And if there are things you feel also needs to be in the description, feel free to make adjustments. And the next thing here is category. So what exactly do your ticket or masterclass fall under? For mine, it's basically an entertainment, so I'm going to go for entertainment. Depending on what yours fall under, just select the align the category, and then subcategory we have music party. Well, I can just go for party here. All right, and then that's that for categories. Now the next, and this is actually the most important part for this setup, is the area for the ticket itself. Okay, now if you guys see here, we have product type. Okay, this is automatically selected. All right, and then the event type, this is where you want to select what type of event it's going to be. If it's going to be a physical event, more like people need to come there physically, you want to select physical, which is basically what mine is about. If it's going to be purely virtual, that is online, then you want to ensure it is left as online. And if it's going to be the two, more like people can come to the event, and also there's going to be a live streaming of the event, then you want to go for online and physical. But then mine is basically physical, so I don't have to go for online or online and physical. But just in case yours is online, you can see the difference. The difference here is just the meeting link. Okay, so you can see once you scroll down a bit, you can see I have a meeting link because it's online or online and physical. So this is where you're going to be pasting the created link for that event. If it's going to be Zoom, if it's going to be Google Meet, this is where you're going to paste it because you actually selected online, or you selected online and physical. But then if you're going for physical only, you can see it's no longer there. Instead, we have the address. All right, so now we're going to go for physical. And now the next thing here is recurring event. Is this something that is actually going to be happening every day? Is this something that's going to be happening every week? More like the event is a continual event, more like a workshop or whatever it might be. Then if that's the case, you want to click on recurring event, and then you can select the frequency. If it's going to be daily, if it's going to be weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, or yearly. But then this is just a one-time something, so I'm going to uncheck this. Now the next thing here is when exactly is it going to start? When is the start date for this year event? Mine is going to be on the 23rd. Okay, and then you want to set the time as well. It's going to be around 5 p.m. Okay, so let's put 5 p.m. You also want to select, set your time well on your time zone. So done. And then when exactly is it going to end? If it's going to be a 2-day something, if it's going to be, whatever it might be. So mine is going to end, let's say, on the 24th in the morning. Okay, and then Done. Great. And now once you finally done with the date and time, the next thing here is the address. So once you click on this, I have an address. Okay, as you guys can see here, the next thing beneath it, immediately I click I have an address. The next thing beneath it is, do you want to show the address on the event page before the buyer makes payments? That is, you want people to know the location before they make payment. Now for me, I don't want that, but if you want that, you want to ensure you're selecting the spot. If you don't want that, in case you just want them to pay before they finally know the location, then you want to ensure this is unchecked. Okay, now let's now insert the address of the event itself once people actually make payment. So it's going to be in Lagos Island, for example. Okay, so Lagos Island, and let's say block A. Obviously I'm not going to drop my exact location here. All right, so now once you're finally done with this address, the next thing here is extra detail for the event. This is actually going to be shown on the receipt after payment. Once the person actually makes payment, this is more like a feature for you to add extra things on the receipt. Maybe you want to add the time, just like a direct details for the event itself. In case you don't know what to put here and you actually want to put something, feel free to go to chat again. Just go to chatgpt and tell chat to give you an extra details about the event you want to do. I already did that. As you guys can see, give me extra info I can add on the ticket. So chat actually generated this event information. So that's basically what I'm gonna do. Okay, and if you want to do something by yourself, feel free to write it there. It's a feature where you can write whatever you want. So I'm going to come here and then I'm going to paste it over here. All right, so paste. Great. Now, this is what is going to be shown after they make payment, and I don't want the address. And if you're going to go for you don't want the address, obviously you want to ensure in your description you don't have the address. Okay, you want to ensure on the description you don't have the address, else they would still say it, because the description is going to be obviously shown to whoever wants to buy your tickets. Great. So I've removed the location. Okay, this is very crucial. All right, make sure you remove it if you don't want them to know your address before payment. Great. Now this is where you want to start adding your tickets. Already our seller has automatically given us a one ticket type. This is just regular. If you're someone that your event can have regular, it can have VIP, it can have gold, it can have premium, whatever it might be. This is where you want to create them. Okay, so once I click on already we have one here which is regular. All you have to do is to click on it. It's going to drop down, bring out all the details you need to fill, and then all I have to do if I have another ticket, because this event I'm going to have two tickets, regular and VIP. So I'm going to click on add new ticket tire. Okay, so as you guys can see, now I have two tickets tire. So this one is going to be regular, and this one I'm going to make it VIP. So I'm going to change the tire name to VIP. So VIP. Great. Now let's start by setting up the regular. How much is it going to be? This is just going to be 5,000. I'm going to leave it at 5,000. You don't need to stress yourself in setting the equivalent amount in other currencies. Once you're done setting it up, seller is automatically going to put the correct currency. And then we have the next thing here, which is basically show strike the original price. This is actually used more like you want to do early bets, payments, more like those the buy the ticket early would have certain discounts. And feel free to use this. You can just put that the original amount now is 15,000, because for early bet it's basically 5,000. But that's if you want to use it. And now we have the ticket tire description, more like what's your ticket about? It's not compulsory. I'm just going to leave this as regular. Okay, and now the next thing beneath it is sell unlimited ticket. This is more like, let's say you have a whole lot of tickets for this particular tire, this regular, but the feature here is in case your space in your physical location doesn't have many seats, I want it to be restricted to only those that actually make payments, because of the amount of seats you have in the event. Obviously you want to ensure this is not unlimited. You want to put the only quantity that is available. I can just put 5, for example. But in case you have a lot, the area for the event is spacious and you want a whole lot of people to come, then feel free to go for sell unlimited ticket. And that also means that you have a whole lot of the tickets anyways. Obviously it's a digital ticket, so it doesn't really mean. Okay, so you can leave it as sell unlimited ticket, which is what I'm going to do. And then we have the next thing here, close sale for this ticket tire. This is actually more appropriate if you're doing the the one that is limited, because it means that this particular tire, this particular ticket is going to close. It's no longer going to be available once it has been bought to a certain quantity. So automatically close this. So that's when you're going to use this, okay? But then we're not using that. I'm going to leave it unchecked. And then the next thing here is more like, okay, make this ticket tire the default price. Obviously, I'm going to make the regular the default. It's more like, even if you're going to buy the basic, the regular is going to be the default. So I'm going to leave this checked. Now we're done with the regular setup. Now let's move to the VIP. So for the VIP, I'm going to make it 10,000. And I think for my event, what just separates VIPs from normal regular is going to be the food, okay? And like I said, Selar is going to also fill all these currencies equivalent, okay? So I can leave this as VIP in the description. I'm also going to put sell unlimited ticket as well. Now we're getting to the end. The next thing here is store categories filter. This is in case you want to put your ticket on your store, your Selar store itself, okay? I want it to be under a particular category, more like on my store right now. I have ebooks, I have audiobooks and the rest, but then this is not really compulsory. You can leave this without touching it. Now the next most important thing here is this automatically redirect the buyer to an external URL. This is in case you want them to buy the ticket and you also want them to be added to a community group, or you want to redirect them to the area where they're going to get special tickets. Right here with Selar, Selar is going to automatically create the digital ticket. But in case you want them to also have a physical, nice designed ticket, all right, if that's the case, then feel free to also use this to redirect them to a website or to redirect them to a business page where they can show the receipt, and you can tell them where to come get the main physical ticket. But I don't know, it all depends on you. I don't know if you want to go through that stress, because Selar is actually going to be creating a digital ticket already, okay? Then all you have to do is to click on create product, and as you guys can see, we have our tickets ready. And the next thing, which is something I always say in all my Selar tutorials, is you want to ensure you're customizing this URL. It looks so random. For you to do that, just scroll to the bottom. Okay, over here you can see customize URL. Click on customize URL, and then you can change it to the exact name of the ticket itself. So I'm going to make this KitKat movie. All right, and then once you're done, just click on this mark icon and finally update product. Now the link is going to look more professional and more trustworthy. Now let's see how exactly it's going to look like once someone actually clicks on it. So once someone actually clicks on it, this is the exact way the ticket is going to look like on the page for them to make payments. So as you guys can see, we have the flyer showing, we have the description that Chad actually helped us with, okay, and then we have where the buyer, he or herself, is going to be making the payment. So once they click on choose a ticket, so this is where they're going to select the amount or the numbers of tickets they want to get. So once they click on one, and they click on buy now, Selar is going to redirect them to the payment page. Now let me show you guys an example of how it looks like once someone makes payments. So this is exactly how it's going to look like. You can see it's a digital receipt, okay? It's basically a digital ticket. So all they have to do is to come to that particular event location, and then they can show you this receipt of payments. And like I said, if you're someone who's still interested in giving them a physical one, then you can create that using Canva, okay, and then you can print it out and you can give them directly at the event entrance. But then if you're like me, you want to work purely digital, then why not? It makes the process even simpler. So this is basically how it's going to look like on their device. These are the details as well. If you scroll down, you can see if they want to show you love as well. Okay, it all depends on them. And that basically brings us to the end of today's video. I want to believe you all learned a whole lot in this video, and this video has been highly valuable to you all. If you surely did and you haven't still subscribed, make sure to subscribe, drop a like on the video, and feel free to share this video with your friends and family members and a whole lot of people out there that you feel would definitely love this content. And I'll see you guys in my next highly informative video. Thanks for watching.